In 2023 going into 2024, WWE was in its biggest boom period since the Attitude Era. During this period, the WWE were breaking records left, right, and center, attendance records, gate records, and selling out arenas all over the world. But now, what's changed? We're going to break it down in this video. So if you like more wrestling content like this, please like and subscribe to the channel for more. In 2024, it seemed like every single week the WWE was breaking a new attendance record and new gate records every week on SmackDown and Raw and the PLEs. And it's no coincidence that this coincided with the Bloodline storyline coming to an end and The Rock involving himself in main event storylines and coming back to our televisions after a very long time. The company was running hot with Cody Rhodes fans, Roman Reigns fans, and The Rock was back. We were clicking on all cylinders. Since TKO Group have taken over the WWE, we've seen a vast difference in the product. The focus now seems to be more about stock prices and less about professional wrestling. But even with prices skyrocketing, us WWE fans were still happy to pay to see great product. So when did we see the shift and when did it all change? The WWE changed forever at Elimination Chamber in Toronto. At this point in time, the WWE fans voiced their concerns about the road to WrestleMania not being what we expected. In fact, The Rock said on Pat McAfee's show that he was called to appear at Elimination Chamber in Toronto because tickets weren't selling as quickly as they thought. So The Rock came back and changed the course of history forever, with John Cena executing a heel turn that we all thought would be one of the best in wrestling history. But it hasn't quite turned out the way we expected. The most important shift from this point was that The Rock, since appearing at Elimination Chamber, has not tweeted once about WrestleMania, about the WWE, or anything related to current storylines. The Rock and Triple H have also said in interviews that there were creative differences for the direction of John Cena and Cody Rhodes from Elimination Chamber. This has clearly led to some type of power struggle between Dwayne Johnson and Paul Levesque for the control of the company and the control of the creative process. We can only presume that Triple H won this battle as he has taken control of the creative since this point. And leading into WrestleMania from the John Cena heel turn, everything has gone wrong. And what is the reason for this? Well, it's simple. Triple H, ever since taking over creative from Vince McMahon, has been exposed. He was handed ongoing storylines where all he had to do was take the ball and run with it. Now, he has to create his own. And boy, we've seen the outcome of that over the past 12 months. If you really stop and think about it, other than the Bloodline story, other than a Cody Rhodes finishing his story, which was handed to him by Vince McMahon, what has Triple H actually done and brought to the table in terms of new characters and new storylines? Take the new Bloodline, for example, run by Solo Sikoa. It is exactly the same as the original Bloodline storyline, just with a different cast. Now, let's look at the guys he brought back into the WWE from AEW. Rusev has come back with his exact same Miro gimmick from AEW, with the same look, basically the same entrance, and the exact same gimmick. Why? Because Triple H can't come up with anything original. Let's look at Malachi Black. Now, Aleister Black, as his original name was, he got his exact same entrance that he had in NXT, and absolutely nothing has changed. Let's look at Penta and Phoenix. The exact same gimmick, nothing has changed. It's the same for Ricky Starks, now Ricky Saints. It's the same for Ethan Page, and it is very much the same for Mariah May, now Blake Monroe in WWE NXT. She's basically stolen the Toni Storm gimmick. So much so that her first feud with Jordynne Grace is her befriending Jordynne Grace, and eventually will turn on her for her title. I wonder where we've seen that before. Now, these aren't the only examples. I can go on and on and on. Becky and Bayley, we've seen 100 times, is on TV again. The New Day have just been mourning their tag team titles. We saw that 4 weeks ago with Chelsea Green. John Cena's heel turn, every promo for 4 weeks was exactly the same with nothing happening. Seth Rollins coming out every week with his new crew. We don't have a name yet, and they're cutting the exact same promo every single week. Not only that, the show ends and the show starts exactly the same every week. Their biggest problem right now is they are creatively bankrupt, and the whole world can see it. Just look at their recent Netflix numbers over the past week for Monday Night Raw. 2.5 million viewers globally over 7 days. This is not a live number, this is a 7-day number over the whole world. And if you compare that to just a couple of years ago, WWE Monday Night Raw was getting over 2 million viewers in the US alone, live. The free fall is staggering, and it's there for everyone to see. They can gloat and praise themselves for their record-breaking numbers all they want. They can keep raising their prices, and they can keep having the same old creative, but eventually and slowly, the tide is starting to turn, and they need to do something about it quick. So what do you think about the current product? Let me know in the comments below and subscribe to the channel.